Okay, you've launched your evaluation and your learners are completing it. There are still a few more things to do. Facilitators are now responsible for completing their class in the CWTS system. That's the final step in wrapping up, submitting information to the database, and hiding the class from view. From the screen where you launched your evaluation, take a look at the list of learners. Were there any no-shows in your class today? If so, flip the drop-down menu beside their name to No-Show. Be careful when you do this. The system automatically sends an email to the learner and their supervisor as soon as they're marked No-Show, so double-check before you make the change. Next, did anyone leave class early? CWTS expects learners to participate fully, so if a learner left early, mark them as incomplete. They won't receive training hours for your class. For a classroom training, when all learners are in a final status, that means either completed, no-show, or incomplete, you can close the class. Just check the completed box and you're all done. If your class is a hybrid, you have a few additional steps. Take a look at your class under the Hybrid tab. You'll see two links toward the bottom of the screen. In most cases, the first is the WebBased Training, and the second is for Classroom component. Begin by clicking the WebBased Training. Most learners will be marked Eval Pending. This means that they've completed their web-based training and they're ready to take the evaluation at the end of their classroom component. Learners won't receive credit for their web-based training if they didn't complete the classroom portion successfully. So if there are any learners who didn't attend today, mark them no-show. If they left early, mark them incomplete. If there are any learners who are still marked registered, leave them for now. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Now click the Details tab to open up the Classroom component. In most cases, this will be the bottom link. Again, mark learners who are no-shows or incomplete. When all learners in the classroom have submitted their evaluations and you've closed the evaluation, check the Completed box. That's the final step. You're all done. But what if there's a learner who hasn't completed their web-based training? CWTS expects that they do so before they come to class, but sometimes that doesn't happen. If you saw any learners still in a registered status for their web-based training, you won't be able to close your class. Instead, you'll see a pop-up warning when you click the Completed box. So what can you do? We recommend that you have a conversation with the learner, preferably before they leave. If they tell you they did complete the WBT, ask them to contact support. Occasionally, a poor internet connection will result in their completion status not updating correctly. Support can determine if this occurred and make any necessary changes. If the learner hasn't completed the WBT, tell them that you're willing to keep the class open for 2 business days for them to do so. Suggest that they notify you when they're done. When the learner has completed their WBT, log back into your Facilitator's console. Check the Class Completed box to close your class. If, after 2 business days, the learner still hasn't completed their web-based training, mark them as incomplete in the web-based training. Then, go back into the Classroom module and switch their status to incomplete there, too. That's because it's CWTS policy that learners only receive training hours if they complete all components of a hybrid. Now, close your class by checking the Completed box, and you're all done. Thanks for taking this time to learn about managing evaluations and closing your classes. If you have any questions, please contact support. We'll be happy to help you. Select Next to affirm that you understand your role as a CWTS facilitator. If you'd like a reminder, you can download a transcript of these instructions on the next page.